Hello everyone, welcome to episode 2 of Fetty and Gray Hockey Analysis. Sorry about the 3-year hiatus over contract disputes, but nonetheless, we're back. So Gray, let me start by asking, how the hell have you been, buddy? I mean, it's been 3 years. What's been going on lately?
I mean, I haven't seen you in so long.
Yeah,
but
it's been a
to
while.
be in here, I feel like no time has passed at all.
Let's begin. We'll talk some NHL standings. So, what are your thoughts on the current NHL standings?
There's a lot of surprises this year. I don't really expect some of these teams to be so successful.
At the top of the Metropolitan Division, we got Washington, Columbus, and Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh, they're just coming in. I think they're still on the rise. I don't see them missing the playoffs. They might be playing a little bad. They did at the beginning of the year, but they're 7-3 in their last 10, and I only see it getting better from there. So move down here to the Atlantic Division. We got Tampa Bay. Tampa Bay, they're really just crushing it this year. Boston, too. Look at Boston has the least amount of losses in the league, 10 losses only. It's nice for them to see them doing good, but I hate Boston, so. Then Toronto's playing some good hockey.
And, speaking of surprises, the Senators making it to the Eastern Conference Finals this year and almost ending the Penguins' run. I mean, that's really surprising to see them doing so bad this year. It's not really surprising seeing the Sabres towards the very bottom of the league. I can see them rebuilding for maybe the next 40 years before they make the playoffs.
They did a poor job rebuilding. Their goalie sucks. Their defense sucks.
Evander Kane sucks. Jack Eichel sucks.
Jack Eichel wasn't that good.
I see the Oilers missing the playoffs this year,
yeah.
And that's just sad. If I was an Edmonton fan, I'd be throwing jerseys on the ice every game.
Chicago's not making it either. They're without Corey Crawford, I think, the rest of the year. It's like vertigo-like symptoms. LA started the year incredible, and they currently aren't even in a playoff spot. So that kind of sucks for them.
Flames, I'm definitely seeing them in a playoff spot.
Check out Winnipeg. Winnipeg is atop the Central.
That's impressive.
Which no one saw coming. Bufflin, he's a piece of garbage, but he's not playing bad. As I want to bring up the Vegas Golden Knights. Top 2 teams in the league. The Lightning and the Vegas Golden Knights. I mean, I don't see either of these teams going to the Stanley Cup final. Do you?
I'd pick Tampa Bay. Vegas, they're on an impressive run right now, and I'm not really liking either of the teams right now. They're just rubbing it in everyone's faces. But especially with Tampa calling themselves Hockey Town of the South, that just makes me want to shit on them. I mean, it's Florida. No one even knows how to skate.
Okay, so we're getting to some trade talks here. I've heard some trade talks about Ryan McDonough, Matt Zuccarello, and even Rick Nash, which is crazy. The Rangers in a month from now could possibly not even look anything close to what they look like right now.
I wouldn't even really be surprised with that. Lundqvist, he kind of deserves a cup, kind of doesn't. But, at this point, I really don't see him ever winning one. And I wouldn't be surprised if his general manager helped him out and traded their whole team away either.
We went to the Ottawa Senators now. We got J.G. Pageau to Pittsburgh.
For the Pens to get Pageau, I really think that's a good idea because, his play, especially in the playoffs whenever he shows up sometimes, especially last year with that 4-goal game, he reminds me of like a good, very good depth third-line center, kind of like Nick Bonino was for the Penguins. And that's really what the Penguins have been lacking this year and what they're trying to make up for, but they just aren't capable of it, and he could really fill that gap for them very well.
There's been talks about a Carey Price to St. Louis, saying Jake Allen, a draft pick, and a prospect, possibly for Carey Price, which I don't think that would work out at all in Montreal's favor.
Yeah, I mean, Montreal, their goaltending is the strongest thing they have. Yeah. They don't have an impressive offense or defense. They just got a few good guys out there. So, trading away the best goalie in the league, I mean, he's had some, hard injuries. He's struggling, but he still is the best goalie in the league. He has potential to bounce back. Trading him away is only going to dig them a deeper hole than they are in right now.
Now we're going to move on to the All-Star Game. The All-Star Game's tomorrow, actually. The All-Star Game, the new format, I love it. 3-on-3. Really, the Atlantic, they do not have the best teams. They probably have the worst teams in the league, but they do have the best players. They got Jack Eichel, you got Nikita Kucherov, Austin Matthews, Steven Stamkos. I don't see them winning the All-Star Game. So the Central Division we'll move on to. I don't think they're looking good. I mean, they have Braden Shen. They don't even have Vladimir Tarasenko, which is just the dumbest thing I've ever seen. And they have Patrick Kane, obviously. He's rapist. McKinnon, who's tearing it up right now. Sagan. I don't know why they have Eric Stahl. Nothing too impressive there. Would you like to talk about the Pacific Division at all?
The Pacific Division, it doesn't really have any surprises to me. Like a lot of the other divisions, Brock Boeser is having like an outstanding rookie year. Gaudreau is having an excellent year. You got Kopitar, Neal, Byrne. Fleury, there's a lot of goalies better than Marc-Andre Fleury and Mike Smith, but
yeah, they probably have the weakest goaltending core. James Neal, I love to see Neal in there, but of the Vegas Golden Knights, I would definitely say William Karlsson or Jonathan Marchessault should be in it over James Neal. I'm down to the Metro. Metro is obviously going to win it. I mean, Josh Bailey should not be in there. Phil Kessel's having a better year than him. Sidney Crosby, I mean, he's just turning it on now. I mean, he has 19 points in his last 9 games. I still think Phil Kessel should be in there over him. I just think the line of Crosby, Ovechkin, and Chris Letang is just going to absolutely tear it up in the All-Star game. And now a message from our proud sponsor.
If you're a car enthusiast or even just into cars, go ahead and check out the new YouTube channel Drive 412 featuring Gray himself as he explores his own car, reviews many other cars, goes car spotting, among many other automotive adventures. Check him out today.
And now the All-Star Game trophy predictions. Yeah, Art Ross trophy. Leading the league in points is Nikita Kucherov, but will he keep that up? No, not at all. Phil Kessel will win the Art Ross trophy.
I don't think it's going to happen.
Yeah.
That's my preference, but I think Kucherov is going to win it because this year is his year, and I think this year he's going to break 100 points.
Mm-hmm. I think he'll break 100 points too, but Phil will also break 100 points and he'll pass him. That's personal. We move on to the Counter Trophy. Obviously, the top 3 are Barzal, Bozer, Clayton Keller.
I really think Bozer or Keller deserves it, to be honest with you. The Canucks and the Coyotes, no one sees what happens there. No one knows about them. No one sees what they're capable of. Yes. So, I say this will also go to Matthew Barzal. Mm-hmm. Now for the Norris Trophy.
The Norris Trophy. I think John Klingberg. I think he's going to win it. He's having a great year. He had a sophomore slump last year. This season, he's really producing, and he's making a big impact down there in Dallas.
I could see PK Subban winning the Norris Trophy this year. Depending on how his team performs again this year in the playoffs, I definitely think it'll go to him. The Predators really surprised the world last year with their playoff performance. If they have a good playoff run this year, I think it's going to Subban.
We're going to move on to the Vezina Trophy now. I mean, that's pretty obvious. That's going to go to Andrei Vasilevsky. 7 shutouts already. He's rocking a .931 save percentage, .218 goals against average.
Yeah, I agree with you on that one, especially with his age and how new he is as a starter. Everyone has their year, and this is Vasilevsky's.
So now we're going to move on to the big one, the Maurice Rocket Richard Trophy. Obviously won by Sidney Crosby last year, best player in the league. Alex Ovechkin is not going to win the Rocket Richard. Nikita Kucherov, he is not going to win the Rocket Richard. You know who's going to win the Rocket Richard? William Karlsson is going to win the Rocket Richard.
As much as I would love to see William Karlsson win the Rocket Richard, and as much as I would even love to see Nikita Kucherov win the Rocket Richard over Alex Ovechkin. I hate Alex Ovechkin, just like most people that aren't Capitals fans, almost everyone. He's just such a strong powerhouse in goal scoring.
It's true. He really can't
I think he's going to be the only player to break 50 goals this year. We're going to see Kucherov, Karlsson in the 48-49 area, but I think Ovechkin is going to score 50, 51, 52 goals, and he's going to show that he's still a powerhouse.
Yeah. It seems like every game you see Ovechkin goal, it's truly impressive to see what he's done. I'll move him to the Hart and the Lindsay, which are kind of combined because it's like the league MVP and then the MVP voted by the players. I think Phil Kessel is going to win the Art Ross Trophy. Nikita Kucherov is going to get second place. William Karlsson is going to win the Rocket Richard, but Nikita Kucherov is going to get second place again. So that's why I think Nikita Kucherov, despite not winning the Art Ross or the Rocket Richard, is going to win the Hart Trophy and be voted by the players for the Lindsay Trophy. To end our All-Star Break Trophy prediction, we're going to each predict who we'll be seeing in the Stanley Cup Final this year and then who's taking home the hardware.
I think the Penguins are going to win their 3rd Stanley Cup in a row. They're really a dynasty right now, and they have to prove that. They're not proving that right now, but I think they're going to build on what they have, and they're going to come back, and they're going to win it again and prove that they really are. They own the league right now. They're the face of the NHL. Off of the West, this is going to be a little bit of a controversial prediction, except I think we're going to see some NBA shit this year, and we're going to see the Predators against the Penguins in the Stanley Cup Final this year. It's going to be entertaining, even for the fans that are upset, even for the Capitals fans that get to see their team go out in the second round again. It's going to be an entertaining series for everyone.
From the East, the Penguins, obviously, really, they're getting hot again right around now. And if you look back in 2016, we weren't looking too good. We were looking like our old selves. Had a bad record, but we really turned it on. We got hot at the right time, and we won the Cup. And I think that's exactly what we're seeing again here. And so I don't see anyone stopping the Penguins. I mean, Kessler, Crosby, and Malkin, they're a powerhouse out there, and it's I love to see it. I mean, I know most people don't, but me and you, we love to see it. From the West, though, Nashville, I could see Nashville 100%, but I truly believe that we'll be seeing the Penguins and the St. Louis Blues in the Stanley Cup. St. Louis, they started the year real hot. They're not doing that good right now, a little shaky in some places, but they're still an amazing team, especially if this Carey Price trade goes through. I don't see anyone stopping them in their way to the Stanley Cup except for the Penguins, who will be beating them in the Stanley Cup final. But that's me. In my Conn Smythe prediction, I'm going to have to go with Phil Kessel. He should have won it in 2016. Evgeny Malkin should have won it last year.
That's true.
Crosby should have no Conn Smythe trophies. I love Sidney Crosby, but he should not have any Conn Smythe trophies.
I agree with you.
Phil Kessel deserved it in 2016, and Malkin was an absolute workhorse. It's great to see Phil Kessel really doing so good here in Pittsburgh, even after his prime, still coming over and just playing to his full potential here in Pittsburgh. Is that all we have to talk about today?
I think that is all we have to talk about.
Thank you for watching episode 2 of Fetty and Gray. New episodes coming soon. Hopefully.
See you in 3 years. Weirdest thing you've ever said.
Check how much time we have left.
So now we should talk about the whiteness of my ass.
Okay. And now, and our All-Star break trophy to bring it. Couldn't even get it out that time. Okay. All right, here. Okay.